I made a list of all the movies I want to watch, and I'm going to review each one. Today, the 1999 cult classic, Cruel Intentions, written and directed by Roger Kumble, and shot in only 6 weeks. The movie had a $10 million budget and grossed over $76 million in ticket sales. The movie stars Sarah Michelle Gellar, Reese Witherspoon, and Robert Phillippe. Selma Blair is also a really big part of this movie, but she's not on this poster right here. If you're wanting to watch this movie, just keep scrolling because I'm going to do some spoilers. But I will tell you, 10 out of 10 movie, definitely worth the watch, and you better hold on tight for the ending because what the... The first half of the movie focuses on these two main cast members, Catherine and Sebastian. Now, if you're used to seeing Sarah Michelle Gellar as Buffy and Daphne, she's not like that in this movie. That's right, she's kind of the villain. Actually, she's definitely the villain. These two play step-siblings, and yes, there is the step-brother, step-sister sexual chemistry, although it seems like it's more on his end, whereas she's more of just a tease. They are two very, very sexually active people. Both of them have many different sexual conquests throughout the entire movie, but he's used to being the bad boy, she's used to being the good girl, but in the closet she's not good at all. So Sebastian has this predicament that he's so tired of having sexual relations with the same kind of girls. Very predictable, very rich, high maintenance, just very one after the other. There's no specific girl that stands out to him. They're all the same. They all blend together. You get it. And Catherine's just a bitch, plain and simply. She's just not a good person. Catherine's trying to get back at a guy who left her for a very simple-minded is what they kind of make it seem like, but they're teenagers, they're in high school, so yeah. This is where Selma Blair's character comes in, which personally, it took me a while to realize that both Selma Blair and Reese Witherspoon were together in Legally Blonde, and it was just really exciting to see them both on the screen at the same time. Anyway, Catherine's boyfriend, boy toy, whatever you want to call it, basically leaves her to be with Selma Blair's character here. And so obviously, Catherine's got to go be a bitch, and she's got to go ruin everything for everybody. So basically, Catherine's whole cruel intention is that she wants to ruin Selma Blair's life, because why would some guy leave this ultimate sultress to be with a regular, innocent, little virgin girl? Because, yeah. Basically, Catherine wants to, quote-unquote, pimp her out so that she looks like the town tramp and she loses all her reputation, which... whatever, girl, you're literally, okay. During which we get this spicy, and I mean spicy, very slobbery, but you know, if you're into that kind of thing, kissing scene, where Catherine is teaching her how to kiss. She's teaching her how to be a whore, gotta learn from the master because, you know, Catherine's character, literally psychotic, but she's just trying to ruin her reputation. Cecilia falls in love with Ronald, her music teacher. Catherine gets Sebastian to seduce Cecilia, even though she does it while she's intoxicated, which we all know that's not right, but you know, it's in the movie. I don't make the rules. I don't write the script. Anyway, let's talk about Annette. Annette is Reese Witherspoon's character, and she plays a virgin who is saving herself for the one that she loves. Obviously, Sebastian sees that as a challenge because, yeah, but he makes it this whole goal that he is going to get to sleep with her. So, they make a bet. Obviously, because, you know, it's a 90s movie. The bet is, if Sebastian can't get her to lose her virginity to her, then he has to give her his beautiful Jaguar, which is a car. And if she loses, then he gets to have sex with her. Seems like a win-win for her, but whatever. He's always wanted to have sex with her, so she's using it as leverage. But of course, we see incredible character development from Sebastian. Annette, this beautiful, innocent virgin, whose dad is about to become the headmaster of the school, she starts to break away at Sebastian's layers. He's not that bad of a guy. He does bad things, but like, you know, we all make mistakes. They start hanging out, they start spending time together, and of course, like most movies where there's a bet involved, the other person is eventually going to develop real feelings, and then they're going to regret doing the bet. But, you know, they probably wouldn't have gotten as close as they did without the bet, so everything happens for a reason? I don't know. Anyway, Annette breaks down his character and shows that he is really this very kind, loving, gentle soul who really just is terrified of commitment and under the spell of Catherine, who is just a demonic, sexual, cruel person. I'm kind of dumbing it down a little bit, but you really have to watch the movie to understand. Their chemistry blossoms. He becomes this kind of softy who's being honest with her and not having to hide who he really is and stuff like that. And it's just very, very deep, very, very beautiful. Annette finally opens up and decides that she wants to have sex with Sebastian. But, of course, because of his character development and the fact that he's really not an evil person like Catherine, he feels bad and he says he can't do it. And he walks out the room and doesn't have sex with her. But don't worry, they eventually have sex. Eventually, Sebastian goes back and they start saying they love each other and things are looking like they're on the up and up. But, I mean, truly, she doesn't know how it all started or why it all started. She has no idea that she was a bad, like, at all. She thinks that she just converted this bad boy into a sweet, loving, innocent guy who has a good heart, which he does. Sebastian has a come-to-God realization when he realizes that he's really in love with Annette. And he needs to tell her the truth. And, yeah, he does. But instead of telling her the truth, he goes to her and pretty much white fangs her. You know, like, it's not you, it's me. Can't have you in my life. I thought I loved you. It was all fake. When really he's just doing it, like, men are weird. Like, just tell her the truth. Like, that's more hurtful to just, okay. Annette's heartbroken. Who wouldn't be? She lost her virginity to someone that she thought she loved, that she thought loved her back, but obviously it's just weird because why didn't he just tell her? Like, I know he's gonna find... I'm getting ahead of myself. They separate. He ends up going back to Catherine saying, I had sex with her, you were right, I wasn't really in love with her, I'm just a bad person, basically, you know, a little pity party, whatever. Come to find out, Catherine was just puppeteering him the entire time. The goal wasn't to ruin Celia's life or to ruin Annette's life. The goal was to ruin his life. He was her conquest. She was trying to make him just do anything that she wants and be this little puppet, basically, which is just fucked up. Sebastian's devastated. He wants Annette to know that he really does love her and that he was just under this weird, cryptic spell of Catherine where she was making him feel like he was always going to be a bad guy and there was no hope for him, but he starts to realize that that's not true. I mean, truly, the character development of Sebastian is absolutely phenomenal. But seeing Sebastian go head over heels for Annette, Catherine doesn't like that because if she's not the center of attention, you know, people like her. All right. And remember I said Celia was in love with her music instructor, Ronald? Well, Ronald was also having sexual relations with Catherine. Need be it was all under her weird little sneaky evil self and spell that she was doing, but it was weird. Basically, Catherine picks up the phone, calls Ronald and says, hey, my brother, yeah, he just came and beat me up, and just so you know, he also slept with Cecilia, because she just wants to watch the world burn. You know, there's people like that, okay? And Catherine's one of them. So Ronald gets up, goes over to Sebastian, finds him on the street, and they start fighting. He's beating the shit out of him, like, rough. In the tussle, Annette sees, oh fuck, I forgot about the journal! There's a journal! Okay, this whole time, Sebastian was writing everything down of everything that was happening. All the ins, the outs, the truths, the dark secrets of Catherine and him, of everything that they were doing, and everything that they had planned to do. And because Annette wouldn't talk to Sebastian after he broke her heart, he gave her his journal, the journal that Catherine was trying to get the entire movie. And in the journal, everything. She sees everything, reads everything. Everything, okay? So Ronald's there on the street, beating the shit out of Sebastian. Annette, after reading the journal, sees the fight, wants to stop it, comes in, separates them, you know, pushes one to the other side. But this puts Annette in the middle of the street with a taxi cab coming. As the cab's coming, you know, what does our hero do? Our beautiful character development man pushes her out the way, gets hit by a car, and he dies. There's this weird scene in the bathroom right as the funeral is happening where Annette is making it seem like she doesn't really know everything that's going on, but you know, she does. She had the journal. As the funeral is progressing, students start getting out and they're going outside in the courtyard, and Catherine's like, what the heck is happening outside? She goes outside, realizes that everybody's reading copies of the journal. The entire campus knows the kind of person she is now. And in a poetic ending, she drives off in his car wearing his sunglasses. And that's Cruel Intentions. Watch it. 10 out of 10. Great movie.